for meaningful discussions, policy deliberations, and constructive debates, reflecting the democratic spirit of our nation. The Youth Parliament is an initiative that aims to provide students with a platform to understand and engage in parliamentary proceedings, debates, and policy making. It serves as a space where young minds can discuss national issues, propose solutions, and develop a deeper understanding, governance, and democracy. Through structured debates and discussions, it helps cultivated leadership, critical thinking, and political awareness among students.
Before we proceed further, I would like to call Deepak, the Executive Head of Samvad from the Department Photography and Social Media, to introduce what is Samvad Utsav.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am representing on behalf of Samvad, the Political Science Department of ECDAV College. It is my pleasure to announce and share with you the details of our annual departmental fest, that is Samvad Utsav 2025. Our fest is scheduled on 16th and 17th April 2025. Promises to be an enriching experience. The highlight of our fest is the Youth Parliament on Viksit Bharat Youth Resolution Bill. In collaboration with PhD Chamber of Commerce and Industry and RG Shikshan and Parikshan Sanstha, this event will take place on 17th April following an actual parliamentary and legislative procedure. To ensure the smooth conduct of the Youth Parliament, we have established a Secretariat Board. The board will discuss further proceedings and structure of the Parliament during this conference. Preceding the Youth Parliament, All India Political Party meet will be held on 15th April. Participants will be assigned their portfolio and respective roles. We are honored to have Sri Majinder Singh Sirsa as our chief guest for this event. On April 16th, we have an exciting lineup of events, that is, in Newsham Hall we will host a speaker session, that is the inaugural session of our fest. After the speaker session, at the same venue, we will also host a cultural dance competition. Parallelly in OSH, that is Old Sam Hall, we will conduct a photography and ad competition. In addition, multiple conferences will be held in the same venue, that is Library Conference Hall. Thank you for your attention. If you have questions, you can ask about the events or such as photography, advert, any other. Any questions?
Thank you, Deepak, for those insights. Now, moving ahead, I now like to invite the Secretary General of Lok Sabha, Ms. Abhimati, to make us understand the model and structure of the Youth Parliament.
Greetings to everyone. Thank you for your warm welcome. As the Secretary General for this Youth Parliament, it is a privilege for me to introduce this new model of National Youth Parliament to you all. Starting with the details itself, it is organized by Department of Political Science, PGDAV College Morning, University of Delhi. And it has two important events, that is on 15th April we have the All India Political Party meet, and on 17th we have the National Youth Parliament itself. Before introducing the schedule, let's say, I think the more important part of this is the vision behind this model. So, as I said, our vision is to establish a youth parliament that serves as a bridge between academic discourse and real-world policy implementation. Unlike conventional mock parliaments that merely simulate parliamentary procedures, our initiative aims to develop substantive policy recommendations based on primary research and multi-stakeholder consultations that can meaningfully contribute to national dialogue on pressing issues. So, what do we mean by going beyond simulation? The proposed youth parliament will move beyond simulation in the sense that we are implementing, that we are integrating actual demands, concerns and perspectives that are gathered through primary research from various stakeholders, including politicians across political spectrum, civil servants and bureaucrats, academic scholars and policy researchers, student leaders, society organizations and professionals from various sectors. So this approach is because we want to ensure going to be tabled on the Youth Parliament Day and which will be debated upon are based on solutions proposed that emerge from ground realities rather than the theoretical exercises. So we want to make this parliamentary deliberation more relevant to contemporary national challenges. Our purpose and objective of this model is to make the participants understand the parliamentary procedure so that they gain insight into parliamentary functioning, that public issues are being engaged, group discussion techniques are involved, consensus is built, there is tolerance and respect for differing opinions, there is also procedural discipline, there is collaborative behavior, we have to also integrate social awareness, then of course the participants are learning how to develop leadership skills, and they are also representing the common perspectives, even if the constituencies that the MPs would be presenting might not be their own in real life, but they will be able to think from the shoes of others and they will be able to voice the concerns. What has been our methodology and implementation? Even though the event is for 2 days on 15th and 17th, our process has been started for over a month now. Firstly, the pre-parliament research phase, which includes conducting interviews, focus groups and surveys to gather real-world perspectives. Then we have expert consultations where we engage with the domain experts, even government officials. Then we will be having a structured debate where the debates will be following the parliamentary procedures to invoke problem-solving behaviors. And then the final part is about documentation and publication, wherein we will comprehensively document the proceedings, the policy recommendations, and the supporting research in format which is accessible to policymakers and other stakeholders. So the idea is that we want to go beyond the simulation environment. Whosoever is going to be participating in whichever role will be getting hands-on experience with what happens in the real parliament. And our bill, as I said, is being based on the inputs, policy-oriented inputs and data insights from professionals. So they are based on the real-life issues and they will be debated upon. This bill will be taken to government officials as well for consideration. So building on our department's successful initiatives such as institutionalizing constitution-based democratic structure, also CITES monthly bulletins and academic forums throughout the academic session of 2024 and 25, our aim is fourfold. Firstly, to create a repository of research-driven policy solution to national challenges. Second, to establish a replicable model for substantive youth engagement in governance. Third, to develop political consciousness, procedural awareness, and solution-oriented citizens. And fourth, that is to bridge the gap between academic education and practical policy. I will also brief about our All India Political Party meet. The first thing about it is that it is not the competition, which is the All India Political Party meet, which happens in the circuit. Rather, it is more of an inauguration ceremony. On that day, during the ceremonial session, key parliamentary positions will be finalized, including the Prime Minister, Leader of the House, and other ministerial positions. The principal of PGDA College will be delivering the President's address to inaugurate the proceedings. So this will be about All India Political Party meet. We will also have distinguished guests from various sectors who will be enlightening us about their idea of Viksit Bharat. We have included a list of constituencies, which we are trying to match with the ratio with the real parliament itself. So here we have 40 seats from ruling, 33 seats from opposition, and 2 seats from others as well. We have 75 constituencies, and we have been doing the selection process for them. We also have the secretariat officials who are in-house. The positions include Secretary General, Secretary of Lok Sabha. From the government side, we have Principal Secretary to PM, Cabinet Secretary, Secretary to President, Vice Chairman Niti Aayog, Parliamentary Affairs Secretary, Law Secretary, Finance Secretary, Youth and Sports Secretary, Education Secretary, Advisor to PM and Culture Secretary. From the opposition side, we have the Secretary to the Leader of Opposition, Press Advisor to the LOP, then Congress Parliamentary Board. This secretariat body has also been functioning as think tanks for the ruling party and the opposition to provide research assistance and data for the speeches to the MPs. The tentative schedule for the National Youth Parliament is from 9:30 onwards. We'll start with breakfast. 11 to 11:15 we have the question hour and 0 hour. 11:15 we go for a break. Then 11:30 we come and the bill is going to be tabled, and in 3 phases it will happen. Then again we have a lunch break, and finally from 2:30 PM onwards the House will be convening and the debate would happen over the bill. Some things about this awards and recognition, more than the prize money or the certificates and mementos. Firstly, we are going to give the certificates and mementos to all participants. But the most credible or noble part of it is that the winners will be receiving the mementos in the name of prominent parliamentarians. And that is all about the model. If anyone has any questions, it's open.
So, my question is, according to you, why is this model of youth parliament important?
Thank you for that question. Your question is as important as the importance of this model itself. Firstly, as I said, we are trying to move beyond this idea that any event which happens is happening for a celebrating moment. That annually we have this calendar event or this fest, and they will have to happen at any cost. Maybe we collaborate with, and it is a flashy news that we were successful in organizing it. But in our department, for the last academic session, if you have noticed, the new initiatives that have come up, they are not about showing how much we are doing. Rather, we want that everyone who's participating, it reaches to each individual. They're all learning from it, no matter what their designation is. So it is a ground for nurturing. So anyone and everyone, no matter which person they are holding, they are going to learn from this youth parliament model, and it is also going to be replicable with the real parliament itself. Like I said, the constituency, it matches the ratio. So that is why this model is important. And like I said, it is also inculcating the research part of it. We are talking to real life people from various sectors. Then we are going to include that in the bill, and that bill will not be only debated upon on the day of youth parliament and then it goes to some archive. Rather, this will be taken to government officials for consideration. Probably one or two points they may consider which they might have not thought about before. So this is going to be a learning process for everyone who is involved in it. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Abhimati, for providing us the information regarding the functioning of the youth parliament. Building on the momentum, I would like to invite Ms. Prachi, the Principal Secretary to PM, to further explicate the Viksit Bharat 2047 Youth Resolution Bill 2025 and the path envisioned by the ruling party.
Good afternoon, esteemed dignitaries, policymakers, stakeholders, and my fellow citizens. It is a profound privilege to address you today as the Principal Secretary to the Prime Minister of the House for the National Youth Parliament 2025, hosted by PGDAV College, University of Delhi. This role I am entrusted with carries the responsibility of supporting our visionary leadership in translating the aspirations of 1.4 billion Indians into reality. Standing before you, I feel immense pride to share our government's unwavering commitment to building a Viksit Bharat, a developed, inclusive, and self-reliant India by 2047, marking the glorious century of our independence. This vision is not merely a goal, it is a collective resolve to ensure every citizen thrives in a nation of opportunity, dignity, and pride. At the heart of our agenda lies the ambitious yet achievable vision of Viksit Bharat. To give this vision a legislative strength, our government is actively planning to introduce a bill that will formalize the framework for Viksit Bharat. This bill will serve as a resolution, a sankalp, to unite every segment of our society in the journey towards comprehensive development. This resolution is a promise to bridge gaps, uplift the marginalized, and create a future where no one is left behind. The Government of India recognizes a vision as grand as Viksit Bharat cannot be realized in isolation. We are working hand in hand with a diverse array of stakeholders, state governments, local industries, leaders, civil bodies, organizations, and most importantly, our citizens. Through initiatives like Viksit Bharat Sankalp Yatra, we have taken governance to the grassroots, ensuring that the benefits of our scheme empower every village, every community, and every household. This collaborative approach is the cornerstone of our strategy, fostering a whole of society movement to transform India into a global beacon of inclusive growth. As the Principal Secretary to the PM, to the Prime Minister of this House, I'm a part of team that constantly evaluates and refines our strategies. We are recommending policies that prioritize sustainable development, digital inclusion, and economic resilience. These include strengthening infrastructure, promoting green energy, and expanding skill development programs to prepare our youth for the jobs of tomorrow. Additionally, we advocate for policies that enhance access to education and healthcare, ensuring that every citizen is equipped to contribute and to benefit from a Viksit Bharat. These recommendations are not static. They evolve through dialogue, data, and the lived experiences for our people. To ensure the Viksit Bharat Bill reflects the needs and aspirations of our diverse nation, we are regularly connecting with policymakers across the spectrum. These engagements involve detailed consultations with members of parliament, state leaders, and experts to craft a bill that is robust, inclusive, and forward-thinking. By fostering open dialogue, we aim to build consensus and create a legislative framework that will stand the test of time, guiding India towards its 2047 milestone with clarity and purpose. Now, if we ask the roadmap for the next 25 years, the journey to Viksit Bharat is a marathon, not a sprint. Our government has chartered a roadmap for the next 25 years with clear milestones to measure our progress. By 2030, we aim to build universal access to basic amenities, housing, healthcare, clean energy, and education. By 2040, we envision an India that leads in innovation, sustainability, and economic strength, setting global benchmarks throughout the world. By 2027, we will celebrate a Viksit Bharat, a nation where every citizen enjoys a high quality of life, where opportunities are boundless, where our unity is our greatest asset. This roadmap is built on the pillars of inclusive growth, self-reliance, and citizen participation, ensuring that every step forward is a step together. In conclusion, let me reaffirm that Viksit Bharat is not just the government's vision. We aim to have this everyone's vision through the National Youth Parliament hosted by PGDAV College. It is a pledge to create a developed India where every child dreams big, every family feels secure, and every community thrives in the environment. As the Principal Secretary to the Prime Minister, I am committed to working tirelessly to turn this vision into reality. But I cannot do it alone. I call upon each one of you, policymakers, stakeholders, and the most important, citizens of our country, to join us in this historic journey. Let us take the sankalp to contribute, to innovate, and to unite for a stronger, prouder India. Together, we built a Viksit Bharat that shines as a global exemplar of progress and humanity. Thank you for your trust, your support, and your shared commitment for this noble cause. Jai Hind.
If you have any question to Principal Secretary to Prime Minister, you may ask.
I have a question. So, what is the purpose to propose the Viksit Bharat bill?
Okay. Thank you for the question first. As I mentioned about in the whole of my speech, that why actually we are going on for the Viksit Bharat bill in the National Youth Parliament is, as I said, we need to have India a very, a Viksit Bharat where we ensure inclusive growth, where we ensure sustainability, and most importantly, what our citizens need. All the citizens are included in our environment, and that is why we propose this bill to have all the clauses. And we are tirelessly working with the policymakers, to the real parliamentarians, to have the clauses so that, as my Secretary General also mentioned, to have such clauses that are actually participated and that are actually discussed in the parliament so that we can have a Viksit, inclusive, and a global exemplar of success by 2047. Thank you.
My question is that kindly introduce your officials, Secretariat officials.
The official secretary to the government, the principal secretary to the Prime Minister is myself, Prachi Ranjan Chauhan. I have the cabinet secretary with me, which is Aditya Ram. Secretary to the President, Ms. Rishita Lamba, Vice Chairman of the Niti Aayog, Ms. Niharika, Parliamentary Affairs Secretary, Ms. Rishita Lamba, Law Secretary, Ms. Kajal Yadav, Finance, Ms. Khushi, Youth and Sports Secretary, Mr. Bhavesh, Ms. Disha Rawat, Advisor, and the Culture Secretary, Ms. Priya.
Thank you.
Thank you, Prachi. Now to present the counter arguments and the opinions of the opposition, I now invite Ayan, the secretary to the leader of the opposition, to speak and put forth his views.
Good afternoon, respected faculty and the fellow guardians of India's tomorrow. I am Secretary to the Leader of Opposition for the National Youth Parliament 2025 organized by the PGDAV College, University of Delhi. Today, I sit before you as we embark on this historic endeavor, one where voices of youth will converge to shape India's path to 2047. This is a platform of immense responsibility, where our debates will echo the rigor of real parliament representing 32 constituencies. From Jorhat to Srinagar, the opposition is not here to oppose for the sake of it, but to build, to refine, and to ensure that our collective vision for a developed India stands the test of time. I speak today with a hand extended to our counterparts in the ruling coalition, ready for a partnership rooted in purpose. In the days ahead, in this parliament, we'll witness the tabling of a bill aimed at defining Viksit Bharat 2047. On behalf of the opposition, I welcome this effort by the government, a bold vision for India's future, whether it prioritizes economic strength, technological progress, or infrastructural growth. It is a foundation that we really do salute. Progress is a shared goal, transcending the lines of ruling and opposition benches. Yet, our role is to ensure that the vision is not only grand, but grounded, not only forward-looking, but feasible, not only a dream, but a blueprint that serves every Indian citizen, not only a vision, but a practical approach. First, we pledge to bring suggestions that amplify voices that often go unheard. Our groundwork, listening to people across India, tells us that a developed nation in 2047 must reach beyond city limits. It must deliver schools to rural corners, healthcare to distant districts, and opportunities to small towns. When this bill comes before us on 17th April, the opposition will propose practical additions, measures to ensure that no one is left behind. From the fields of Manipur to the shores of Thoothukudi, these are not mere demands. They are steps to make the vision whole. Second, we offer recommendations to strengthen this plan for the long haul. A bill for 2047 must endure challenges for the next 25 years. Economic shifts, environmental pressures, and a growing population. If the government envisions towering infrastructure, we ask, how will it be sustained? If it promises a tech revolution, we suggest pair it by training our youth. If it seeks prosperity, we recommend protect small businesses. Alongside big industries, these ideas, born from careful thought and real-world insights, aim to make the bill not just inspiring, but enduring. Thirdly, we focus on practicality as the cornerstone of this effort. A parliamentary vision must work in deed and not just in word. The ruling coalition's 39 seats carry weight, but our 32 seats carry duty. To test every proposal's viability, will rural areas keep pace with urban gains? Will promised jobs reach the privileged? Will resources match ambition? In the question hours and the debate ahead, the opposition will bring these questions forward, not only to derail, but to fortify this bill. Our leader of opposition, backed up by Secretariat's effort, will ensure the bill is a roadmap we can trust, one that stands through firm. This is a moment for unity, not division. To the government side, I must say, let's shake our hand on a shared resolve. Your vision, paired with our scrutiny and suggestions, can forge a Viksit Bharat that history will remember. On 15th April, our leaders will take oath not as foes but as collaborators in this noble task. On April 17th, our debate will reflect this. Formal, respectful, and unwavering in pursuit of the common good. To all my colleagues across the opposition, from Guwahati to Vellore, let us harness this diversity for this cause. To the ruling coalition, we say, bring your strongest plans, and we will meet you with ours. Together, we can draft a future that reaches every Indian home. Viksit Bharat 2047 is not a prize we claim. It is a promise we fulfill. The opposition stands ready to welcome, to suggest, to recommend, and to ensure practicality in our way. I invite you all to join us in this journey as we intend to impact it. Thank you. Open for further questions.
Thank you, Ayan. Now the floor is open for questions. If anyone has any questions, you may ask.
What role does the opposition foresee itself in the journey towards achieving the Viksit Bharat 2047?
All right. Thank you so much for your question, Miss. As I mentioned throughout my speech, the opposition's main goal is to focus on practicality. Practicality is the only thing that can help us achieve this goal of Viksit Bharat 2047. We cannot afford to make a bill that does not help out the least, the less privileged ones. We have to create a bill. We have to fortify a bill that helps every Indian citizen that helps every Indian citizen to overcome whatever challenges that they have faced, and a bill that helps India become truly a Viksit Bharat by 2047. Thank you.
अयान एक सवाल मेरे तरफ से।
जी सर।
आपके पूरे भाषण में लग रहा था कि आप रूलिंग पार्टी के साथ वैसे काम कर रहे हैं, अपोजिशन की कोई जरूरत ही नहीं है।
नहीं sir, as I see it, opposition is not only there to cut down the ideas of the ruling party, but the opposition is there to add on to the ideas of ruling party to enhance their ideas. See, our both the government and the opposition, we share a common goal, the goal of Viksit Bharat 2047. We are not here to become a hindrance to the government, but we are here to cross-check their every move, to question their every decision, and to make sure that this Viksit Bharat 2047 reaches out to all. Does that answer your question, sir? Thank you.
I have one question. You know, in India, basically, there are lot problem. You can see their population, dispute, and one problem. After that, the problem is the food. You know, starvation is there in the whole India. Your ruling party, you can see the whole India, basically providing 80% population to the food. You know, right to food, the scheme. So how you can say that India can become a developed until 247?
Thank you for your question, sir. So surely it is a bold thing to say that India will totally become a Viksit Bharat by 2047, but we owe it to our country. We owe it to our freedom fighters. We owe it to everyone who has come before us. We obviously, I cannot sit here and guarantee you one thing. We don't know what is going to happen tomorrow, but what I can guarantee you over here is that we are going to put in the efforts. We are going to do whatever it takes to achieve a Viksit Bharat by 2047, and we will do it by any means necessary. Does that answer your question, sir?
Is that all? With that, we come to the conclusion of this press conference. Today's discussion has provided us with valuable insights into the Viksit Bharat 2047 Youth Resolution Bill 2025 and the role of the Youth Parliament in fostering meaningful policy debates.
Thank you to all the faculty members. I extend my gratitude to all the speakers, the secretariat, and everyone present here for their participation. Now, as we conclude, everyone is free to proceed for lunch at their convenience. Thank you all once again and looking forward to more engaging discussions ahead.
एक बार इसको इधर करो, इधर
स्टॉप कर दो 1 मिनट। नहीं यार,
अच्छा ठीक है, हमारा एक बार मैम भी आई है, ठीक है,